Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. How many of you watched Palantir go from a controversial direct listing to a $50 billion AI giant and just kicked yourselves for not getting in? We all heard the buzz, we saw the government contracts, but it was hard to see the future. Today, that future is here, but it's not about Palantir anymore. It's about finding the next Palantir. The AI revolution in defense is just getting started, and it's creating a new generation of specialized high-growth companies. The problem is, most of them are either privately held or already trading at insane multiples. I've spent the last few weeks digging deep, looking for the real players operating in the shadows, the ones with the right tech, the right government connections, and critically, a stock price that hasn't exploded yet. This video is the result of that research. I have found four, in my opinion, top-tier AI defense stocks, all trading under $10 that have the DNA to follow Palantir's playbook. This is high risk, high reward territory. This is not financial advice, and you must do your own research. But if you're looking for that speculative edge in the single most important sector for the next decade, this is the video you've been waiting for. Before we get to the first pick, we have to define our terms. What does the next Palantir even mean? It's not just any company that uses the letters A and I. The Palantir model is built on a very specific foundation, a holy trinity of sorts. First, it's about data fusion. Palantir's genius with its Gotham platform was creating a system that could pull in completely different, unstructured data sources, drone footage, signals intelligence, informant reports, spreadsheets, and fuse them into a single usable picture. Most AI companies can't do this. They work with clean, structured data. The real world, and especially the battlefield, is messy. So, our first requirement is a company that thrives on messy data. Second, it's an operational operating system. Palantir doesn't just deliver a report, it delivers a platform, a single pane of glass where an operator or an analyst lives and works. It's an interactive tool for decision making, not a static dashboard. We're looking for companies building a sticky ecosystem, not just a one-off algorithm. Third, it's deep government integration. This is the most important part. Palantir didn't just sell to the government, it embedded itself within the government. Its engineers worked alongside soldiers and intel analysts. This created a deep, unshakable moat. You can't just unplug Palantir and plug in a competitor. We need to see evidence of significant multi-year government contracts, specifically with the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, or a key allied nation. So that's our framework. Data fusion, operational OS, and deep government integration, and all for under $10. It's a tall order, but I found them. Let's get to the first one. My first pick, and perhaps the most direct comparison on this list, is Big Bear. I ticker BBY. If you follow this space, you've probably heard the name, but you might have dismissed it because of its volatile chart and its past as a SPAC. That's exactly why the opportunity exists. Big Bear. AI is not a new startup. It's a consolidation of three legacy companies, New Wave, PCI, and the former Big Bear that have been working inside the US intelligence community and Department of Defense for decades. This isn't a Silicon Valley startup trying to break into the government. This is a company that was born from the government's needs. That's a critical distinction. They have the security clearances, the past performance, and the relationships that money can't buy. So what do? Their two main platforms are Observe and Orient. This is the data fusion and operational OS part of our checklist. Observe is the data sifting engine. It's designed to pull in massive disparate data sets, think logistics, cyber threats, and sensor data, and make sense of it. Orient is the decision-making layer, the what if engine. It runs predictive analytics and complex simulations to help commanders make faster, better decisions. Sound familiar? This is precisely the decision intelligence space that Palantir dominates. Their target market is the core of the defense world. We're talking the US Army, the US Air Force, and the big one, the intelligence community. They've had major contract wins, including a position on the Air Force's massive 10-year, $900 million IDI contract. But the real story is their recent stabilization and pivot. The stock got crushed because, like many companies, it struggled with execution and profitability post-SPAC. But they've brought in new leadership, streamlined operations, and are now laser focused on winning larger, more integrated contracts. The risk here is clear execution and cash burn. They are not yet profitable and they are competing directly with the giants, including Palantir itself. But at its current price, you are not paying for flawless execution. You are paying for a company with deeply embedded government tech, massive security clearances, and a platform that is a direct competitor to Gotham, all at a tiny fraction of the market cap. If BBI can capture even a small sliver of the decision intelligence market that the DoD is building, the upside is enormous. This is the definition of a high-risk, asymmetric bet on a pure-play Palantir competitor. My second pick is Black Sky Technology, ticker BKS. This one is different if Big Bear. I is the brain trying to be Palantir, Black Sky is the eyes. Palantir's Gotham is a powerful engine, but it's hungry. It needs data. It needs real-time, high-frequency analysis, ready data, and that is exactly what Black Sky provides. Black Sky is not a traditional satellite company. Don't think of it like the old school, multi-billion-dollar spy satellites that take a week to reposition. Black Sky operates a constellation of small, low Earth orbit satellites that can revisit any point on Earth multiple times per Dalton Y. But the hardware isn't even the main product. The product is their AI platform, Spectra. Spectra is the AI brain that tasks the satellites, ingests the imagery in real time, and immediately runs it through AI models. It's looking for change, it's identifying objects, it's detecting anomalies. It can tell a customer not just here is a picture of a port, but we have detected 30 new military vehicles at this port in the last 4 hours, and their heat signatures indicate they are operational. This is data as service for the new era of warfare. Where does the Palantir model fit in? Black Sky has the deep government integration locked down. Their biggest customer is the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO, the agency that runs all of America's spy satellites. They have multi-year, 9-figure contracts to provide this real-time tasking and analysis capability. They also sell directly to the US Army, the Air Force, and various international ministries of defense. They are quite literally a core provider of data to the platforms like Palantir. The opportunity here is that the market is still valuing Black Sky like a capital-intensive satellite company, not a high-margin, recurring, revenue data and analytics company. Launching satellites is expensive, and that's a risk. Competition exists from companies like Planet Labs, but Black Sky's focus is different. It's not about mapping the whole Earth once a day, it's about on-demand, real-time tactical intelligence. As the US shifts its focus to a peer-to-peer conflict in the Pacific, the demand for this kind of persistent, real-time over-the-horizon monitoring is non-negotiable. Black Sky provides the raw fuel for the entire defense AI ecosystem. As platforms like Palantir and Big Bear grow, their appetite for the exact kind of data Black Sky creates will only increase. At its current price, you are buying a seat at the table of one of the most critical data providers for the US government long before the market wakes up and reprices it as a high-margin AI company. I'm really excited about these next two. By the way, if you are getting any value out of this deep dive analysis, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It takes a second, costs you nothing, and it genuinely tells the YouTube algorithm that this is the kind of in-depth content people want to see. It helps the channel more than you know, and if you're not subscribed, now's the time. We're just getting started. Okay, my third pick is Rekor Systems, ticker RECAR. This one is my domestic Palantir play. Palantir's Gotham platform isn't just used by the military, it's famously been used by police departments and domestic agencies for law enforcement and data analysis. Rekor is attacking this exact market, but from a different and potentially more scalable angle, roadway intelligence. Rekor's core technology is an AI platform that can identify vehicles, license plates, and unique vehicle signatures from any video camera. They sell their own solar-powered, AI-enabled cameras, but their real platform, Rekor One, is hardware agnostic. It can plug into the tens of thousands of traffic cameras and toll booth cameras that already exist across the country, owned by states, cities, and private toll operators. What does this do? It creates a massive real-time data network of vehicle movement for law enforcement. This is an unbelievable tool. An Amber Alert goes out. They can instantly see where that vehicle is, where it's been, and where it's likely headed. A car is involved in a crime. They can track its entire route. This is the data fusion and operational OS part of our checklist. But for public safety, the government integration is a different flavor, but it's just as sticky. Rekor's customers are not primarily the DOD. They are departments of transportation, DOTS police departments, and toll authorities. They just won a massive multi-year contract with the Texas DOT. They have statewide deployments in places like Oklahoma. This is a land and expand model. They get one state agency, then another, then the state police, and suddenly their Rekor One platform becomes the official operating system for that state's roadway intelligence. The controversy is obvious. This is a surveillance technology, and the privacy concerns are real just as they are with Palantir. But as a business, this creates a deep moat. Once a state builds its safety and traffic management infrastructure on your platform, it is incredibly difficult to rip it out. Why is it under $10? Because this is a classic cash burn story. Building out this network, funding the R&D, and navigating the long bureaucratic sales cycles of state governments is incredibly expensive. They are not profitable, and they won't be for a while. The market sees this as a speculative bet on government adoption, but we've seen this movie before. Palantir was unprofitable for years as it spent money to embed itself within the government. Rekor is running the exact same playbook, but for the domestic public safety market. If they can achieve critical mass getting, say, 15 or 20 states on their platform, the recurring revenue from data and software subscriptions could be astronomical. This is a bet on the digital transformation of our public infrastructure. My fourth and final pick is the most speculative one on this list. This is my moonshot pick. This is the one that could be a 100 times or it could be a 0. Please take this one with an extra grain of salt. The company is Versus AI, ticker VRSSF in the US. It trades OTC or VERS in Canada. This company is not trying to be an AI application. It is trying to build the operating system for the next generation of AI and the spatial web. If Palantir's Foundry builds a digital twin of a factory or a supply chain, Versus is trying to build the underlying protocol to create a digital twin of the entire world. Their core concept is active inference, a different approach to AI inspired by neuroscience. Instead of just pattern recognition like most current AI, it's about AI agents that can understand, plan, and adapt to their environment in real time. Their platform is called COSM, a network operating system designed for the spatial web think augmented reality, robotics, and complex logistics. All interacting. What on earth does this have to do with defense? Everything. The future of the battlefield is not about one-to-one human control. It's about managing a swarm of autonomous assets, drones in the air, robotic vehicles on the ground, sensors everywhere. This is the DOD's JC2 Joint All-Domain Command and Control concept. You need an operating system that can manage all these agents, have them communicate, and have them adapt to a chaotic, real-world environment. That is exactly what COSM is being designed to do. Versus is still in the very early stages of commercialization, but they are not just a theory. They have a major multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract with a European Union-backed project to build the spatial web for the port of Rotterdam. One of the world's busiest ports, they are using their platform to manage logistics, autonomous vehicles, and container tracking. This is a massive real-world digital twin project that serves as a proof of concept. The Palantir link here is conceptual but profound. Palantir created an OS for data. Versus is trying to create an OS for intelligent agents. The risk is immense. It's an OTC stock. It's a highly complex, almost academic technology. It is burning cash at a high rate. This is the definition of venture capital style investing in the public markets. But why is it on my list? Because if they are even partially successful, if their KRZUM platform becomes one of the standards for managing autonomous systems, the total addressable market is not in the billions. It is in the trillions. A successful adoption of their tech by a single branch of the US military for drone swarm management would be worth more than their entire current market cap, many times over. This is the lottery ticket of the group, but it's one backed by some of the most serious AI science and a massive real-world proof of concept. So there you have it. 4 companies, 4 different ways to win in the AI defense revolution, all under $10. Let's do a quick recap. First, Big Bear, AI bye-bye, the direct competitor, a pure play on a Palantir 2.0 that was born from within the intelligence community. The bet is on their execution and ability to scale their existing deeply embedded tech. Second, Blacksky Beaksy, the data as a service play. They are the eyes providing the real-time AI analyzed imagery that the entire defense ecosystem, including Palantir, needs to function. Third, Recall Systems, Recra, the domestic Palantir. They are building the sticky subscription-based operating system for US public safety and roadway intelligence. And fourth, Versus AI VRSSF, the Moonshot OS, a high-risk, high-concept bet on the operating system for the entire spatial web and autonomous agent economy. I need to say this one more time. These are not safe blue-chip stocks. These are small-cap, speculative companies in a high-growth, high-risk sector. They are cheap for a reason. They face challenges in cash burn, competition, and execution. Never invest more than you are willing to lose. And please, do your own research. My job is to bring you the ideas that are flying under Wall Street's radar. Your job is to be a smart, skeptical investor. If you enjoyed this research and want to see more deep dives like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I have a lot more coming, and now I want to hear from you. This space is moving fast, and no one person can catch everything. What small, cap AI or defense stocks are on your radar? Did I miss an obvious one? What do you think of these 4? Drop your thoughts and your own picks in the comments section below. Let's get a conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.